Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Civ 5 tutorial series. This episode is on science and gold. First things first, science. In the top left corner is a big pool of all the science that all your citizens are creating. The only way that you can make science is by working a tile that has science with a citizen in a city. Science does not naturally spawn on tiles, so instead you can get it from buildings. I haven't even unlocked any buildings yet that can produce science though, so how am I making any? For every citizen that you have, you produce some science. And my city is already producing 3 science from this palace, so you can get some start in the game, and also the +1 from the 1 citizen that I have. So what can you do with all this science? Well, first things first, if you open up this little info panel, you have a bunch of little things that you can get, but the thing that most people use is the research info, and then you can see what you're actually researching. So if you click on this, you can see everything that you can research, and you can change between each one seamlessly, whichever one you want. If you're, let's say, researching one, and then a few turns later you want to change your mind, it won't reset it. If you go back to it, your scientists will carry on from where they left off. If you click the open technology tree, you can see the entire tree of the entire game of all the researchers, all the things that you can research, and you can see that there are different eras: ancient, classical, etc, etc. And then you can also notice that there are little lines connecting each one to the next, meaning that to get one, you need to have the requirements of the ones before. Another thing that you can do is if you, let's say, want to plan ahead and click on one, it will tell you the path that you need to go through. So it's already set me on the right track, and it says next I need to get sailing and then optics. If you want to make this path yourself, you can just hold down shift and then it will add them on straight away, and if you do one further along, it has to make the path. So that's what you do with science. You research things, and in all these things you can see what you're actually going to get when you research them. Some, like this camp, is an improvement that a worker can make. Same with the road. Some are buildings, like the watermill, or some are units. Some things like this aren't a unit, an improvement, or a building. It's an add-on. So here it allows bridges over rivers, so when you make a road, if I were to make a road over this river, it would make a bridge over it, so you can cross it without using all of your movement points. This one in optics means that land units can embark into the water. You can see that I can't yet because I have not researched optics yet. So next, gold. Again, gold can only be obtained by working it on a tile with a citizen in a city. So it can only be worked from cities. Or you can trade, but I'm going to talk more about trading in episode 5. You can also get gold from barbarian encampments, which I will talk more about in episode 6, so stay tuned for them. You can also get it from luxury resources like salt and gold. You can see that it says when worked by a city, it will produce these output bonuses. Gold will produce 2 gold, salt will produce something different. So if you work those tiles, you will get that output bonus. And that's another way you can get gold. So what can you do with all of this gold? Well, one thing you can do is you can purchase buildings, like I showed in episode 2. In episode 1 I showed that you can purchase tiles and cheat your way through waiting. You also have to spend gold on unit maintenance. If you hover over, you can see that I'm making -1 gold from unit maintenance, and that's probably from the scout that I have. Workers don't have a maintenance, but the one improvement that they make does, and that's a road. For every road tile that you make, for every tile it costs 1 gold per turn maintenance. Another thing is gold per turn. When it says it's gonna give you 1 gold or 2 gold if worked, I have 10 gold. That's not exactly a lot. It actually means 2 or 1 gold per turn, and it's very self-explanatory. Every turn you will get that much gold. And it's the same when it comes to expenses, it's per turn. So the road will cost per tile 1 gold per turn. If you, let's say I had another city around here, and I connect it to the capital with a road, yes, these tiles will cost the maintenance, but when it's connected it will form a trade route, and that will produce a lot of gold, and it might even overcome the maintenance of the actual road. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel by clicking the annotation in the centre of the screen to be notified when my next video comes out, which will be episode 4, which will be on culture and faith. See you then.